unrealistic, cheesy nonsense.
Shoreditch people, what are they called?
Trim Reaper is no threat to humanity.
A metal circle!
Bigger than him, bigger than hipsters, bigger than hair.
It's just hit the Irish.
Just completely smooth like an egg.
It must feast upon the blood and hair of humans.
Oh, so it's sentient, is it? It's okay, he has a curly moustache. Hello everybody, welcome to Coming This Summer. I'm Luke Illingworth and I have Drew Woolnough.
Pleasure to be here.
And Ross Lane.
That's me.
A little dog as well.
A wee dog.
A wee
dog for you.
Right.
What a little dog. Precious little dog.
Okay, so how do you want to do it today, guys?
Ooh.
Hard and fast.
Hard and fast. Well, I've got a list of ideas.
Deep and down.
I also have a new fez of mysteries. I filled a fez up with mysteries. There's something in there.
Fez of mysteries.
Did you have? I seem to remember you when we used to do crappy commentaries. Didn't you have an idea for a fez? Like, I think you've been talking about. You've been wanting to get a fez on the show for so long,
really?
and you finally got it. Like, I think we used to. We were going to pick genres out of the hat, and you were like, we're going to have a fez. I really remember that. Yeah.
Fez. No, I do remember. And now the fez is, and it's filled with all kinds of
the
wonders.
fez dispenser.
The fez dispenser. Right, what do you reckon then, guys? Should we go for the fez?
Yeah, I'm quite excited about the fez, to be
cool.
honest.
I'm going to dive in then.
I'm happy with the fez.
I actually think there's razor blades in here somewhere.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
Makes it more exciting.
Excitement.
what's this? A tape measure.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
So a film about a tape measure, guys.
Oh.
Let's see if I can get something else that can.
Yeah.
Can be
When we
the-
get 3 items, then we've got
Three
a mix.
items.
Yeah, I reckon.
Okay, tape measure. Oh, ow. An adapter for a razor.
Right. Right.
Like a
Good.
beard
The
trimmer.
adapter for it.
A beard trimmer.
Bit trimmer. Okay.
And-
good. Yes.
And
Here
a
we
metal
go.
circle.
A metal circle. What is that metal circle from? Is that a bracelet?
I think.
Too small.
No, it's too small. I think
A
it's like
giant ring?
for curtains.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see.
My curtains are hanging off. Can I have that ring afterwards?
You can, yes. Here you go.
Oh, beautiful. Whoa! Transfer through the space and time. Yeah. Right. I've already forgotten what we got.
Tape measure.
There's tape measure,
Beard
a
trimmer.
charger.
And a metal circle.
Tape measure, beard trimmer, and a metal circle. Wow.
I'm thinking of some kind of like a DIY themed film.
So is it
DIY.
Home Improvement, the movie?
Yeah. What does he have to improve though? Because it's got to be something film worthy of him improving.
Beards. He could be a beard trimmer.
The world's largest beard trimmer.
Yeah, but he uses tools.
Maybe it's a renegade, a rogue beard trimmer that's now it's giant and it's tearing through countries, and Tim Allen has to be piloted in to dismantle the beard trimmer.
Yeah.
Or defeat
It's like a giant promotional thing for some beard trimming company, and it was like upright, but then it fell on its side, and it's just like it just like propels itself along whilst cutting stuff up.
Yeah, it's like
and it's like it's heading for Washington.
yeah, it's heading across the Midwest America, and it's like our agricultural workplace has just taken a huge hit. He's just gone barreling through all the fields of corn, all the fields of vegetables, everything, just tearing up the land.
But why don't we heading towards like oh shit, what are they called? Shoreditch people, what are they called? Hipsters. It's heading towards like a hipster place, and they're all white because
it's making
they
it-
all have beards, don't they?
Yeah, after it hits after it hits Portland, then who knows where it'll be? Probably Shoreditch.
Yeah, Portland to Shoreditch.
Yeah, maybe while simultaneous to this this beard trimming exposition. I don't know whatever reason they've got this beard trimming show on. The world's largest Barber's has just opened in Portland, and the gimmick of it is that the walls are made entirely out of human hair.
Oh Jesus!
So the building itself is a huge hipster beard that has to be constantly maintained with nice coconut oil and balms and stuff to keep it fresh. This beard trimmer is barreling on.
They created it from like vegan human flesh.
Yeah, it's like a sort of a weird genetically engineered soya protein. Yeah, and then this beard trimmer is on a direct course for this beard trimming shop, and there's only one man for the job.
Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear himself.
Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, because Buzz, that's a word for shaving.
Oh.
So he could be Buzz. What's his name in Home? Is he called Tim Allen in Home Improvement?
It's called Tim Taylor. Tim the Tall Man Taylor.
Tim the Tall Man Taylor. So he could be Buzz Taylor.
Buzz the Buzzman. Buzzer.
Buzz Barber.
Buzz. Yeah.
Oh, Buzz
That's
Buzz.
why they're like looking for the right person for the job, and they find loads of people who are more qualified, but just because his name sounds about right, they decide they can go with him.
They call it Buzz.
Have a good feeling about this guy.
Buzz the beard trimmer Barber. That's his nickname. They get him because his nickname is the beard trimmer, because he's so good at cutting beards.
or Buzz Beard Killer.
Oh my god!
Fucking such a stupid fucking name. Who the fuck could be called that?
So we've got we've focused heavily on the beards. What about the tape measure? What about the
perhaps he's using that just to like measure beards.
Yeah, it's got to be a certain length.
He gives it a rating. He has like his own proprietary system of like rating beards, and it involves the tape measure. And that gives you your hipster score. And if you're below a certain threshold, he refuses to see you.
Yeah, because you're not hipster enough.
They call it the measure of a man tape measure. It measures your worth.
The tape measure of a man.
Tape measure of a man. Yeah, exactly.
What do you think is like the hipster length of a beard? That's 6 inches there that I'm showing you now.
The hipster, I reckon, maybe about four to 8.
I think it also would probably really depend on just how it was groomed as well. Because I mean, you could have a beard that length and you'd look like a tramp. You know, that wouldn't be it. Although, or would that be cool for a hipster?
Tramp beard.
Maybe that's the next step.
Uncool, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be about.
I'm struggling here. I'm having a real dilemma.
Maybe what Buzz Barber is doing in this film is he's turning tramps into hipsters. He's going around on the street and just grooming them. That's where we find him. He's putting all this coconut oil in their beard. I have no idea what you put in beard, so I just say coconut oil. He puts some coconut oil in the beard, and he gives it a little trim and measures it up. So it's he likes it in exactly a good 4.6 inches is his ideal.
4.6 inches. Okay, so if it's any less than that, you can't be a hipster.
Exactly.
No,
Unless
the rules.
Like, what if someone has like a really horrible trampy beard, but they're like, oh no, it's okay, he has a curly moustache.
Yeah, that's these. I think he has to take each case on its merits.
Yeah,
exactly.
The moustache offsets the even too cool for a hipster or even too uncool for a hipster beard.
Yeah. He has to use some sort of
many considerations to make. It's just it's a real minefield.
It's a tough job.
Yeah.
It's a tough job.
He has the hipster beard tape measure, and then maybe for his moustache he has a sort of a hipster spirit level thing. So he has to measure how straight it is.
But it's handcrafted. The spirit is handcrafted in small batches. Inside his spirit level is like a handcrafted small batch of gin. Like a really wanky one.
Yeah, it'll be an elderflower gin, handcrafted,
In small batches.
mixed with the tears of an aging hipster. Right, I think we need to go.
Artisan. It's artisan.
It's art. It's obviously there's so much artisan in it. I think we need to go back to the core of this film. Because
could it be a sort of like a kind of like an Armageddon type movie where it's it's all these people living in Portland? Are we doing Portland or are we going to be local? Should we do Shoreditch?
Portland, I guess Portland.
Because then it's a bigger country, so it'll take longer.
And if we want Tim Allen in the lead role, then it makes sense. Unless he's a fish out of water in the UK, like a John McClane. It's Tim Allen's Die Hard, this stuff.
Tim Allen's Die Hard.
So there's like this impending giant beard trimmer coming towards them.
Yeah,
right?
Wilkinson's delved too greedily and too deep and created a giant beard trimmer that's become
They weren't capable of handling this thing.
Yeah, what they want, you know how beard trimmer sort of adapters have like the little gaps in the middle, in between, like, I don't know what you call them, like bristles. I'm going to call them. Well, the giant one was a size that you would fit a grown man in those little gaps in between, and they would go under like a conveyor belt into the beard. They'd be laying down, but they'd raise their chin upwards as they go in. It would give you the perfect cut.
Yeah.
Bring me in the fives. Get the fives lying down and send them in. 7, stand back. Wait a second. Wait your turn. 7 inches.
Proper violent sounding as well. As it comes past.
Like, they go really fast. It's a really slow build up, and then suddenly it goes.
At first, it sounds like a piece of farm machinery starting up.
Oh, maybe that can be it, because beard trimmers aren't supposed to really. You're not supposed to really be able to cut yourself with them, are they? But then every now and then I'll get a little nick on my neck when I have it. So this one, what happens is it's all going smooth, and then someone maybe raises their chin. Maybe they just got a giant chin. We can cast someone with an enormous chin to go in there, and
the jaw comes right off.
Well, yeah, exactly, and that's the first taste of human flesh for this beard trimmer, and that's
so it's sentient, is it?
That's when it becomes sentient. It's at first it's just an advanced form of sort of it's a friendly AI, but as soon as it tastes human blood, it realizes that is the optimum lubricant for its gears and mechanisms. So it must go on a feast. It must feast upon the blood and hair of humans. Is
it like almost like a werewolf sort of deal, or like a vampire?
It's like the werecar in Futurama. Suddenly, it's got little lights on it, and they suddenly turn into little eyes. And it speaks with a really weird bristling voice. Like it can alter its vibrating trimmers so that they mimic human speech. So it's going like. Yeah.
So that's coming towards Portland. Yeah, and they're trying to build a defense against it.
Well, we can have like lots of shots of the.
I think like they could like be fortifying it, like like it's like there's there's like a fucking war about to happen. Like it's like they're seriously getting everything like geared up and getting ready to they're like evacuating the places, like sirens. The army's in, like there's fucking helicopters everywhere.
Could the big beard shaver on its way sort of pick up shavers?
Pick them up.
As it goes past, it sort of puts its power into other beard shavers, so you can get just like the little ones.
Oh, it could turn all those.
Eventually, it starts sort of building its own army.
Would you say that this thing is bristling with
bristling with potential? I was going to say that it should draw all of these shavers to it, and they kind of like the swarm of kind of ships in Star Trek Beyond. It kind of turns them into moving tentacles and limbs. So it has so many shavers that all of a sudden it can kind of like shoot out a sort of tentacle of razors at people and stuff. That'd be awesome.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking as well, like at the start, it should have that slow, that kind of disaster film slow build up where the beard trimmer gets loose, and everyone's kind of underestimating the situation. So the first, like, they're just trying to stop it at first, and the first hurdle is like one of those little crappy police. But they got the police cars parked across the road.
A little blockade, a little police blockade. Yeah.
Someone with a little, some old sort of small town sheriff with a little megaphone trying to get it to stop.
Oh my god! Yeah. And the best thing is, right? So this small town sheriff, he's got like a little mustache. Like that's what he looks like. Your typical silver-haired fox sort of policeman. And then they're like got their blockade lined up ready to stop it. They're all over the bonnets with their guns and that, and shotguns over the top of the car and all that sort of thing. And then it just gets close, and they're all like shooting at it, and then you just see the old timey sheriff like yell as like a shadow goes over him, and then they're like, it cuts to like the Pentagon, and they're like, oh yeah, there was only one survivor, and they talked to him, but then he's like in a hospital bed. But he's just completely bald. Like, he hasn't got any hair, he hasn't got any eyebrows or eyelashes or anything like that. He's just completely smooth like an egg. And then he while he's in bed, he tells them what he saw and then just dies. But he's just like completely it looks like he's been, not only has he been shaved, he's also been like fucking waxed and buffed as well.
That is amazing, Ross. I tell you what. How we get on to Tim Allen from this as well is that the dying sheriff is the one who says. Also, it's like something I've never seen before. Cutting your hair like nobody's business. Inhuman machine. There's only one man I can think of who can handle hair follicles in such a way and tame the beasts that cut them. And his name is. And then as he's about to say the name, we cut to Tim Allen as Buzz the beard killer Barber. Yeah, just working in a small town shop. It turns out that he used to be a barber in the big city, but he's moved to some small town
to gentrify somewhere. He wants to go somewhere because it's too cool in the big city.
Yeah, he's against gentrifying. He's had his fill of that. He wants to just get back to his quiet sort of small town roots. It's basically
is he fed up of being a hipster basically?
Exactly. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Last Stand. If you've seen that, like that, he used to be a big badass, and now he's a small town.
You mean Arnold Schwarzenegger in like any film he's ever in?
Exactly, yeah.
Because the old school barbers, there used to be like an art to shaving. They used to have like the proper razors and give everyone like a proper tidy shave. But now no one has that because everyone has a fucking beard. So he's just fuck this.
Yeah,
he's part of an anti-beard movement. Yeah. That's why he's called the beard killer.
Oh yeah, because people like hipsters would come in to get a trim, and he'd be so pissed off with beards that he just. Oh, that's what happened. Like maybe he
got fired because he was.
Exactly, he spent his days trimming beards, and then a really famous hipster celebrity came in one day to get a trim. And he lost it, and he cut the beard off, and it was such a PR scandal. He was fired, and he was raked through the tabloids. They were just like, this man destroyed the king of beards. They used to call this hipster. So he's basically exiled himself in this small town, so he can literally just give old men nice fresh shaves, just like the good old days.
He broke the like age-old code of the beard trimmer, and that was like never to take off someone's beard if they don't want it taken off.
Well, I was just thinking now what it could be, instead of it being like a giant shaver coming towards them, it could just be a regular shaver that goes sentient, but like on its travels just gathers hair.
Oh yeah,
it's shaving all these people, and eventually it turns up in Portland, and it's a huge fucking hair monster. When other razors are its sort of minions or whatever.
I'm still pretty keen on the giant beard trimmer, like the promotional kind of like stunt they were doing with the giant one.
I do like that though.
It goes completely fucking out of control.
Maybe it'd be a giant one, but it gathers hair on the way.
Yeah, because it gets a bit clogged. Like it's just getting. So now, it has a massive hair tray that it collects all the hair that it cuts in.
And it somehow figures out how to give hair sentience, so it creates these weird doppelgangers of people as hair made entirely out of hair. Maybe it's got shavers inside them, and it gets so good at this that it ends up being able to disguise them. It's almost like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It creates a hair doppelganger of the president.
Oh, shit.
And no one realizes that he's made out of hair.
It's made out of so many different colors of hair that it can like replicate different textures and colors like effortlessly.
Yeah.
Well, it could be just on Donald Trump's head, and no one says anything because he's obviously wearing a wig at the moment, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, he must have a new wig.
Oh, must have a new wig.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, because then once they find out that this hair monster is coming toward their town, they need to go and get the beard killer on teach them how to do what are they called, with the proper razors,
cutthroat shave.
Yeah.
So
they need to learn how to do that, and that's how they defeat the hair monster.
And maybe maybe Tim Allen, while he's there, has to learn to appreciate has to learn to appreciate that some people just want a beard. He's got this prejudice that all hipsters are, they don't care about their facial hair. They're just doing it to be part of the crowd. And he has to realize that, sometimes people
maybe
just want to have a tidy beard.
At first, he's hesitant to destroy the giant beard trimmer because he's like, it's doing my job for me or whatever. He's like, good.
Exactly.
Maybe now they'll he's like, yeah, that's not so bad. It's not such a bad thing. But then when the reports of all the deaths start coming in, he's like, oh, maybe this isn't so good.
Yeah, it shaves an old friend of his. Oh, maybe that's when they tell him that the sheriff
shaves an old friend of his.
That's when they tell him that the sheriff sheriff guy has been shaved and died. He's just like, it's gone too far.
That is his number one customer. Yeah.
Yeah, he may have kept he may have still worn a beard, but it was a tidy beard, and he appreciated a good shave like anybody. I mean, I'll take it down. I'll do it. Point me the way. Show me the direction.
He could, when he defeats the monster, he could find the sheriff's moustache or whatever it is just hidden in there, and he picks it up and he sort of keeps, or he takes it to his wife.
Yes, in a little box, and he opens it up.
I reassembled it as best I could.
Are these your husband's fibers? I have this amazing scene of him just out in the middle of you get those massive prairie farms in America. Just him facing off against this humongous fucking beard trimmer that's trawling his way across loads of cornfields. And they're about to launch nuclear missiles at it, and they're like, right, this is your one shot. If you don't succeed in destroying it, then you're going to be blown up in a nuclear explosion.
When they shoot the missile down though, and then the giant beard trimmer just shoots out a tentacle of hair,
wraps in hair, and then it kind of just goes. Just fucking
you see the ball of you see the hair that's covered the missile, and it just does that thing where it suddenly really quickly blows up into a giant ball, and then it's just slowly comes back down, and it's just raining irradiated hair that just starts burning people as it hits the town.
And so that's his massive bit where he's got to destroy the beard trimmer once and for all. Yeah. And it's raining burning hair. It's a really apocalyptic scene.
There's people, as it hits, people are catching fire, and they're also their skin's mutating as they go.
Yeah,
you've got these
burning balls of hair.
He has to get through this horrible fiery hellscape of mutants and hair monsters.
Yeah, for some reason they're just mutating instantly.
Yeah, it's suddenly really, really quick for no reason. How's he gonna defeat the beard trimmer? That's my question. What's the final showdown gonna look like?
Right. Okay. What can we do?
Yeah, that's a good, because it has to be something. I wouldn't have it as something too contrived. I'd just kind of some brute force.
Could it be you know that bit? Have you seen Hercules, the Disney film?
Yeah.
You know when he's fighting the monster that whenever he cuts its head off, it grows 2 more.
Oh, the Hydra. Yeah,
it could be like that. He could just have a straight razor, and he just jumps inside it, sort of sacrificing himself, and he's just inside it, just slashing out all the hair.
You just see a close-up shot, in Iron Man, where you see Tony Stark's head inside the helmet. It's like that, but it's just loads of hair all over his face, and it's slashing it all away.
So maybe beforehand, because he's gone to a town to to train up all these hipsters and stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe so they can be fighting. They're getting knocked back, and maybe there's a couple of times where it looks like they're getting the upper hand. Is through the course of the film, he's befriended a hipster who obviously they're thorny relationship because he hates those people. He doesn't want anything to do with them, but he's learnt to. They have a mutual respect, and then the hair monster kills that guy, and he just realizes this is it. I need to do this my way, and no one else is going to get hurt. Yeah. He just leaps in. He leaps between one of the gaps and slides in, and he's just slicing. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I like that. And then he gets to the monster in the middle.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, turns it off. It's just an off button.
But as he does that, there's one last explosion as it just like rains all the fucking, all the hair down like on top of everybody.
What if all the hair goes flying everywhere and it all just lands on people's faces? So now everyone has a beard. So it's not cool anymore.
And then he's back in business. And Buzz the beard.
Yeah, everyone wants their beard saved off.
So suddenly, so at the end of the film, his business is thriving. You know, like so at the start of the film, he's down on his luck. He's maybe the bank's about to foreclose on his barber, but by the end of the film, he's a hero, and now he gets to shave as many faces as he wants.
Everyone's coming to him for their beard trimming needs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's airtight. I think that is.
We've cracked it.
I was just thinking there should be a scene. I don't know whether you could see it or whether it's just like on a phone call, or say it's a phone call. So someone is on the phone. He's just like, "Oh my god!" And he hangs up, and then he just goes, "It's just hit the Amish."
Good God, it's a massacre. They reach the scene, and it's just like there's like. Instead of fields, like they're driving up and they're like, so there's a lot of corn this year. That's not corn. And it's just fields of hair, and there's these writhing naked Amish people there, just like just drowning in hair, just writhing around, going, help.
I was thinking there should be some bit with a tidal wave of hair.
Oh yeah,
just get the feeling that we need to see that.
We need to get all of the disaster film tropes, but with to do with hair. So we have the tidal wave. Oh, we can have like the shaver can send out hair meteorites. Can like lob like bombs. So we have a bit of Armageddon, Deep Impact, all that sort of stuff. What other cliches is there?
Well, you could have like with the if it makes other shavers sentient, they could like be like a sort of plague of locusts.
Oh my god, They
just start like cutting people's faces and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We need to have a scene like every Roland Emmerich film as well. We need to have a scene where a dog is in peril, but he escapes last minute. Like maybe it's like it's a fucking it's a couple of dogs, and we see like a poodle go under or something like that. But then this old faithful golden Labrador, everyone's sort of it's like the everyman of dogs. He just escaped the last minute. He's just running around. He leaps up the shaver and sort of maybe that could be the first the first hit on the shaver. The first chink in the armor could be from this little dog. So we give him a hero moment.
Yeah.
So we go further than even Roland Emmerich would in the bounds of unrealistic, cheesy nonsense.
I like the idea though of seeing like shaved dogs. Just attacks those other dogs. A while back, my dog fell in the canal, and I don't know what happened, but it lost all its hair on its back legs.
Oh my god!
Oh, fucking hell!
I don't know what it was. Yeah, so he's like completely bald on his back legs, and
he has a lot of fur. Oh my god, that's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Poor little bastard.
So we've got Tim Allen as Buzz the beard killing barber.
Yeah.
What other characters do we have?
I know, in Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
You know the other Ron.
Yeah.
The hippie Ron.
Yeah.
He's the
Sam
one
Elliott.
who plays
He's the sheriff.
Yeah, he's the sheriff.
Yeah, of course.
He's
totally.
got a moustache and a half.
So we've got the sheriff and Tim, our mate Tim. So we need a hipster friend, maybe someone to voice or motion capture the shaver.
The core of hair inside it, which becomes like it's almost like a person in like an amniotic sac.
Yeah,
that's what it's doing. It's gathering up hair to build this like hair human inside it.
Yeah. So maybe it can't, like, this film doesn't get to the point where it can create realistic hair humans, but that's its end game. It wants to take us over. And that's when that's just an extra little malevolent end game, like the final scene where we see
just like if he fails, that's it. It'll start creating hair humans.
Exactly.
Hairmans.
And that's when he goes the extra mile and jumps in. He realizes that this is bigger than him. This is bigger than hipsters. He needs to sacrifice himself. Hair. Bigger than hair. That's the tagline for the film.
Oh my god!
This is bigger than hair.
Bigger than him. Bigger than something else. Bigger than hair.
Yeah. Bigger than him. Bigger than hipsters. Bigger than hair.
Yes, there we go. We've got the tagline.
Okay, so who's gonna voice the giant shaver?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I was thinking that as well.
Yeah,
maybe it's the Smaug. Maybe it's the Smaug connection. Because he fucking motion captured a dragon, so this will be his next challenge.
Motion capturing a beard trimmer. Piece of piss.
Yeah, but I tell you,
doesn't even have lips.
Can the human that he's creating out of hair be Michael Cera?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to create the perfect human, and it's Michael Cera.
We get like when Buzz the Barber is in the middle, in like the control center of the shaver that's inside it. You have that scene where like a door opens and then hair just kind of goes kind of weaves in really quickly, and it quickly weaves a Michael Cera. That's the glimpse we get of him before
the goal with that is to make a human look completely hairless. So that's the benchmark, is if you can trick people into thinking this is actually Michael Cera.
Yeah.
then you can do anyone.
The mark of the master.
Amazing. Maybe if we have a scene with a dog, the lead dog can be Andy Serkis. You can get back in.
Yeah, but just in a dog suit.
No mocap, he's literally just in it, but you can still see his human face.
But everyone's like, he's just so convincing though. He's so like, he's sick of not getting an Oscar just because he's always doing motion capture stuff. So he's like, right, I'm gonna do this practical because then I'll be eligible. And everyone's like, he's so good. You really believe he's a dog? And they just see like the Oscar clip of him.
Bravo!
It's just
Bravo!
Clearly his face, and you should go woof 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 woof.
But he talks as well, and he just like walks around like a person as well. I'm just imagining a bit where he's just got like a pistol and he's like having a shootout with someone or something, but he's just a dog.
Yeah. And then Tim Allen just comes over and goes, "Good boy, good boy."
It's just Tim Allen.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks. Can I have a biscuit?
We haven't got. It's only his mate now, isn't it? The hipster mate. Really, of the lead.
We need a woman.
We have no female presence.
I do think the hipster mate should have a big old beard though.
Could it be just a woman with a beard?
A bearded woman.
We could have his. What about Tim Allen's daughter? She works at the Barber with him, and she falls in love with his hipster mate.
Yeah.
That's why he has. Maybe they're not even mates. He has to accept him because his daughter's in love. His daughter loves him.
Yeah.
And he's all bristly about it because he's just.
Maybe she could be something. She could be something to do with the military, which gives him his opportunity. She's, that's his leverage in order to go one-on-one against the beard trimmer. She's some kind of like person to do with the army, so that she can be like, no, we have to give this guy a chance.
Yeah, and they can be
decision to like just nuke it.
Yeah, they can have an estranged relationship as well because he hates the fact that her type is a bearded man. she's really into guys with beards, and that's why they've fallen out for like 10 years. They haven't spoken to each other in 10 years, and they're thrown back into the mix together in this town, into Portland, and that's the first time they've spoken since Christmas 2002 when it all began.
Who will play them? What age are they thinking? Like sort of 30s? Yeah.
Alison Brie.
Alison Brie, I like that.
I reckon Alison Brie. She's good at the comedy and the drama. I think she can do it.
Good range.
Mm-hmm.
Good range. Okay, so who's the boyfriend?
Yeah, someone bearded.
Well, I'm looking up bearded actors. I'm looking up hipster actors at the moment.
Someone frequently bearded.
Nicholas Hoult.
No, he doesn't look. He does not look like he can grow a beard.
No, I don't believe that for a second.
But hang on, let me look at bearded actors. Bearded actors. Oh shit! There's a massive picture of Brian Blessed.
That should be his hipster mate. Brian Blessed is his hipster mate. Yes. Yes. He has to... Oh,
maybe that
God,
that could be the whole thing. He's Alison Brie is going out with Brian Blessed, and we know that he disapproves of the relationship, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the age difference." But what it actually is, it's just because Brian Blessed has such a big beard.
Yeah,
he doesn't care that they're decades apart in age.
It could be like yeah, and then at the end when he finally shaves it off, because everyone's now against hair, it could be like the sort of Beauty and the Beast thing. It could turn into Dan Stevens. You know, you sort of see him. He's got he could have a shave, and then he puts a hot towel over his face to sort of, I don't know, I think people do that, and then he pulls it off, and he's Dan Stevens. He's like, I told you I was 30.
Oh yeah, so he's not even as old as Brian. He just looks really old
because he's got a beard.
But he's Brian Blessed. That is spot on.
Oh mate, we fucking nailed this one. Boys.
I won't allow that to be changed.
No,
that is too good.
That's set in stone. What's this film called?
Oh fuck!
What do you want to call it?
Trim.
I like that.
The Trim Reaper. That can be what the tabloids refer to the giant trimmer as.
Reaper,
they call it the Trim Reaper.
Government assures Trim Reaper. Yeah, because that's what they call it for their advertising campaign. And it's like government urges calm claims like Trim Reaper is no threat to humanity.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like haircut sayings.
A little off the top or something like that.
Yeah. A little off. But that could be the setup to another tagline, like a little off the top. A little off the top. A lot off your life.
A little off the top, a lot off your life. It's so terrible, it's good.
Yeah. Maybe it should just be called Trim. Yeah. Trim.
Okay, I like Trim. Coming this summer.
Wait, hold on. Oh no, I haven't got my beard trimmer in here. I was going to turn it
on.
Oh yeah, I've got mine.
Hey!
Let me plug mine in. 1 second.
You got to leave this in. This is all part of it. Don't cut around this, you son of a bitch. Part of it. It's the art of podcasting. Every second. Gold. You do realise you've actually got to shave your beard off as well, because it won't sound right.
That sounds violent. Okay, so coming this summer, I bring you Trim.
That was so crappy.
If you guys would like to contact us, you can find us on Twitter at ComingThisPod. You can find us on Facebook at Coming This Summer Podcast. You can subscribe to us on Podbean, which is comingthissummer.podbean.com, or you can subscribe to us on iTunes, which is just type in Coming This Summer. You could leave us a review as well, just to let us know how you think we're doing, whether we should keep doing it anymore. That would be very nice. Thank you. Bye.